We did something illegal.
Oh.
Illegal.
In
2011.
2011. Was that the year?
We
got married! Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Steven.
And we are
the Broadway Husbands.
And on this channel, we like to teach you you can love who you love.
And love what you do.
So make sure you subscribe and click the little notification bell so you get a notification every time we upload a new video.
Ding, 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 ding.
Like, we'd been engaged for, I guess at that point, 2 years?
No, we were engaged for almost 3 years, 2.5 years, yeah.
This is 2010, I'd been on the national tour of South Pacific while Steven was home in New York.
Busting my butt.
What were you doing?
Busting my butt. I was, Well, I was in Billy Elliot, and at that time I had just gone back to New York City Ballet. I was a principal dancer there.
Was that all while I was on tour?
Yes, I danced with City Ballet for 5 or 6 months, and then I went back to Billy Elliot. And when Brett came back from the tour, was actually around February of 2011.
Because it was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day, that's right. And
I'd come back to do a show at Paper Mill Playhouse.
That's right.
And so we were living in our East Village apartment, which is where you've probably seen some of our original videos.
Yes.
And I loved that time living in that because we just bought the place in 2010.
It was like 2010. So it was like the first year we lived there.
And it was really hard to like leave and go on tour. I was miserable. So when we came back, I was like, Steven, literally it was like Valentine's Day. I was like, what are we doing? We've been engaged almost 3 years. We have not made any plans to have a wedding.
It's true.
I had proposed to him. I'd planned this whole thing. I was like, what are we doing? So when are we gonna do this? Like, let's do this. And you said,
and I said, well, why don't we get married on April 18th? That was the night of our first date. So,
and if you haven't heard that story, that's in our How We Met video.
Yeah.
So you said, what about April 18th, which was like 2 months later?
Yeah. February to March. It's only 2 months.
2 months.
Oh my God, like 8 weeks away.
We had like 60 days. And I was like, are you serious? Okay, let's do it.
So we got married. So we decided to get married on February 14th.
February 14th? We decided to get married on April 18th.
No, but I mean, we came to the decision to get married on February 14th, and the wedding date will be April 18th. Oh my God. Also, it's easier to get a better rate on a space on a Monday.
Yeah, because like nobody gets married on a Monday. So
yeah,
we started looking at spaces online. A lot of them were like way out of our price range, or you had to like, get catering brought. Like, we thought it would be really fun to use the church at St. Mark's Place.
And it actually was pretty inexpensive to rent the space out, but then we would have to hire caterers, hire the vendors, hire wait staff, it was just like,
it was just too expensive.
Yeah.
So we found this one place in the village. I was like, oh, this looks like an old carriage house. It was really pretty. And the guy who managed it, who gave us a tour, was like, what do you want to spend? And we were like, well, if I cash in my Disney stocks, we'll have like $6,000. It was something like that.
No. So,
right?
But also at the time, wait. So at the time, because we had just bought an apartment, it was our first year. So we were doing our taxes, and because of Obama, we got a first-time home buyer's credit. So we were able to use the home buyer's credit and whatever other money we had gotten back from our taxes that year, which actually was a lot because we paid so much in taxes the first year as your first year in home ownership. So we got a really large tax return, and that is what we used to pay for the wedding.
Yeah, but anyway, so he was like, well, how much do you want to spend? And we were hoping like $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah, I mean, I like really lowballed
And he was like, well, you can't use this space.
Yeah.
But I have this other space uptown. Let's go check it out. And it was called Manhattan Penthouse. It was on the 14th floor on 14th Street and 5th Avenue.
With 360-degree views.
Gorgeous
of the city,
views.
So all angles of the city.
Top floor, gorgeous views with these arched windows. And he was like, I'll cater it. It'll be on a Monday. I'll cater it, and I'll give you open bar. And, even though we don't drink, we were like, our friends will love that, and our parents. And so we we planned it there, and they cater in-house. And so props to Yeno Steiner. Hey,
Yes,
Yeno!
But also, like, at the time, marriage wasn't legal in New York State.
Yeah.
So in order to get married, we had to go to Connecticut. So we had planned, that was where our reception was, in the city.
The reception was at Manhattan Penthouse.
But where we actually got married was in Connecticut, and we got married in Greenwich because we just picked basically the first stop on a train one day to go up and get our marriage license. And we landed in Greenwich, luckily. And Greenwich is, of course, gorgeous and beautiful. And we decided to have our wedding there. And
it cost nothing. You just had to take the train there. Mm-hmm. You could use the town hall. And they had these outdoor covered areas that were like perfect. So we were like, let's just tell everyone to hop on the train. And if they want to be there for the ceremony, and then, you know, we'll give it like a 3-hour break in between the ceremony and the reception. And then if some people can't make it to Connecticut, they can just come to the reception, or vice versa. And so that's kind of how we planned it. And I remember I got really creative in all the planning.
Yeah, he made a playlist.
I made a playlist for people to download going there and coming back. Mm-hmm. We had like it was so fun. Like the whole thing. And I was doing this show Paper Mill, and a bunch of the girls in the ensemble dressing room helped make all the gifts favors and wrap all those. That was really special. And then I went on the knot.org or .com, whatever, and just created a checklist. And what normally that checklist would be like a year of planning, I did it all in 60 days. And what was really cool about that morning, we woke up. Oh, we had these suits custom made from Etsy. Yeah, and they were linen suits. Yeah. And I wore a hat because I love a hat. And we had, instead of having a big wedding party, we just had our friend Kay be our wedding party.
Be our matron of honor.
We called her a matron of honor. And so she came over to our apartment. We got ready. Didn't Laura come over too to take photos?
Yes.
And then we literally went and took the train, and my whole family met us at Grand Central.
So did mine.
And
we took the train together.
Took the train up to Connecticut, and we have all these awesome images of us walking from the train to the town hall. Mm-hmm. My niece, who was 8 at the time, I got her sidewalk chalk, and I just said, here, draw all over the sidewalk, like all this stuff. I was like, tell people where to go, say welcome. Yeah. She drew these like swans, and it was so sweet.
And it was a beautiful day. It had been a terrible winter that year, and it was like the first like warmish, sunny day that the New York area had.
And even that week, I feel like it had rained every day.
Yeah, it was disgusting. And I remember somehow it was a beautiful day, so we were able to have the ceremony outside and not in the like courthouse inside.
It was so perfect.
It was a beautiful day, and it all worked out. And
and the other thing that was really fun was I told everyone to wear, like, if they wanted to, it was optional,
splashes of green
or yellow, which was our wedding colors. Yeah. And people did, and so you had like neutral colors with these gray and green, or yellow and green. And it was super, super cute in the photos, and it just felt very unifying. And Chris Shelton was our officiant, who is a pastor at Broadway Presbyterian Church on the Upper West Side. But Chris was a pen pal of mine in high school from Thespian Convention. So we had that really special connection to our history, to our life, and there. And there was no live music, so Chris did this really clever thing where everyone sang as we walked in.
And we walked in together. We held hands and walked in together. We read our own vows, which was really sweet and really awesome.
We cried.
But luckily, we actually rehearsed, because we went through what was going to happen before people got there. And we actually read our vows to each other then. And I'm really glad that we did, because I couldn't get through them. I was just like crying so much. And so luckily we did that, because I think had we not done that in the ceremony, we would have just not gotten through them, because we both cried in the ceremony as well. And
instead of doing like candles, we did sand, and everyone could walk in and we did the sand ceremony and put a little sand in this vase, and then we had our parents pour other layers of sand, and then we did the top layer, and it sort of sealed like everyone sort of being a part of it. And we said our vows, we said I do, and then we went to this really amazing seafood restaurant in Greenwich.
Yeah. And so we had most of the people there then came to lunch with us.
And my dad took care of the lunch.
Yeah,
it was so sweet.
Very nice.
And he gave a really sweet speech. Yeah. That was really special.
It was a great
great
afternoon.
I remember our friend George. We had him, George Hahn. If you don't know him, you should follow him. He's really fun. I asked him if he would just film it. He had like a
flip cam.
Yeah, it was a flip cam. I was gonna say GoPro. Flip cam at the time.
Yeah.
And how long ago he filmed everything, and if you've ever seen our wedding video, we'll put a link to it up here. But that was all George's footage. But then our friend Eric Anderson, who's starring in Moulin Rouge right now, he actually edited it for us.
That's right, and he made it into a really nice 3-minute video, music video you can watch.
And he's married to Jessica Rush, who we were just talking about in our last video. I came out to first. Anyway, so after we ate lunch, we all took the train back. We did a photo shoot in Grand Central with Laura.
We have great photos. I love those photos of us around there.
So good.
And so we kind of took our time, and then we made it back to the reception space, and we kind of just waited for everyone to show up, and people started coming, and there was a cocktail hour / hors d'oeuvres in the first room that you enter into on that floor. It was 2 separate rooms. And so that lasted for about an hour, and then everybody was then invited to go into the main space where there were tables. I don't remember how many tables there were.
I don't remember any tables, but what I did do that I was really proud of was all the centerpieces were each centerpiece was a different yellow flower, since yellow and green were our colors, and you're to know which table you're at, you had to have the matching seed to that flower. So you either get a seed packet or a bud. What do you call it? I can't think of what you call it. Not a seed, but a
bud.
No.
A sprout.
Wow, my brain's not working.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. Everyone got packets of seeds.
Yeah, but it's either a seed or you got like I want to say tube. It's not a tube. Anyway, like a tulip. Anyway, you got the matching coordinating seed to that flower, and then also I had some Broadway props guys help me do all the centerpieces, so it just looked gorgeous. Yeah. And we got the flowers like wholesale. We saved a lot of money.
We did save a lot of money. We got the flowers wholesale, and then people helped put the centerpieces together.
That was really special. And then, what we didn't tell anyone about was our first dance, which was
with special guests,
the Spangles Dance
Company, with choreographed by Ricky Hines.
Yeah, I loved this. We would watch the Spangles dance videos all the time.
We were like obsessed with it.
And a friend of ours was who actually, my friend Scotty, who sang at our reception was in one of the videos for the Spangles. And so when I said, do you think they would do this? You guys call Ricky. And I called Ricky. I was like, how much would it cost for the Spangles to come do our dance? And he was like, oh, we just love to do it. We'd just love to be part of it. So that was cool. And we had this idea that we would start to do our slow dance
and then
to Madonna's Crazy for You. And in the middle of it, all the Spangles Dance Company would just appear. And so no one knew it was going to happen. And if you watch the video, everyone's reacting because they didn't expect it. We didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. It was such a great way to like kick off the whole party because we'd already been there with the cocktail hour and all that stuff. So that was cool. And then my friend Scotty did this cabaret. He put together this cabaret with our friend Michael Holland, who played piano.
Sang Rainbow Connection. My friend Missy, my childhood friend Missy Schwitzer, sang Someday My Prince Will Come. And then Kay Trinidad got up and sang, what is that called? I don't know the title. I See the Light. I don't know the title. From Tangled. And she sang it. And then halfway through, Brett Schufer got up and started singing to me too. And it was really good.
It was so emotional.
It was emotional. I cried so much that day. It was crazy.
And so that was so much fun. And then we danced our butts off for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we were there till like midnight.
We had a whole bunch of new friends that showed up to dance.
Yeah.
Like after dinner, we had invited people to come over. So it was like the second wind that happened. We cut the cake and everyone went home. And we were exhausted. And then next day, I think I had rehearsal.
Yeah, we went back to work. Yep. And that was it. That was it.
So that was our wedding day. And that
Yeah.
was 2011.
Oh my God, almost 11 years ago. Where has time gone? Oh my
It
God.
was special. Well, if you want to check out our little mini video, make sure you check out the link in the description below. And we'll see you in our next video.